Jared Vanderaa is my next guest, and he's coming off a huge win at Contender Series, earning himself a UFC contract, and will now make his debut on December the 12th at UFC 256 when he meets Sergey Spivak. Jared, how are you?
Doing good. Just getting off of work. About to head to the gym.
Well, I appreciate the time as always, my friend. Congratulations again. I know you're not as pleased as maybe you would like to be with your performance, but you got the win and you got the contract, and now you're where you want to be in the UFC. Let's dive into this fight because you got hit with some big shots early on, and you showed a lot of heart, really, just to stay right in there. I mean, your poker face was amazing. You didn't even look hurt. How hurt were you, if you were at all?
I really wasn't. For most of those blows were actually landed on my body than my face. There was actually one punch that looked like it landed clean on my chin based off the camera angle, but it actually landed on my neck. And it was so bad that like I got home, I was like, oh shit, I look like I have a hickey. I'm just like, I sent a picture to my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, I swear, I was like, I get that it just won and I'm in the UFC. This wasn't some random bitch. Like, no, you could see it as like after you watch it like one more time, you could see it swell almost damn near immediately. So I mean, there was maybe about 3 or 4 that actually connected, but for the most part, a lot of them were air balls. They just skinned across my eyebrows. Nothing that actually landed and did a lot of damage.
Well, ultimately, you got the finish towards the end of the first round, and you were supposed to fight another opponent previously, and you end up having to fight Harry here, Harry Hunsucker. And how different was that? Were you training specifically for a different kind of opponent, and then last minute replacement, and you have someone totally different?
Yeah, that's kind of what it was because when I was expecting Oscar, I was expecting him to come out, but I was expecting him to have more volume and he wasn't going to rush so much, but just that stay in the pocket or just outside the pocket and exchange with me. That's what I was really expecting. And so when I got Harry, we noticed that he was blitzing a lot of times, and we're like, shit, this is going to change a lot of things. But we also noticed real quick how bad his cardio was. Like I'm like, all right, we get a minute, 2 minutes for him, this is gonna be rough. And sure enough, when I started seeing his hand up to his waist, I was like, okay, now I can slowly start picking up the pace and start throwing exchanges. And this is where I started, like, once his hands dropped, I was like, okay, I could just start throwing. Let's see what he does to him. And then I was like, I saw a blitz coming in. I'm like, all right, let's duck under this. Because once I clinched with him the first time, I was like, okay, I could beat him here easily. So I was like, all right, let's just duck. Let's not take any more damage. Let's just win this fight, get him to the ground, and beat him up.
Well, again, like very, very impressive performance. To me, it looked like you overcame a little bit of early adversity, but clearly you weren't affected that bad, and you got the huge first round finish here. What was the feeling like, man, when you got the win? And I mean, usually a first round finish, most likely Dana White's giving you a contract at Contender Series. Historically speaking, how good did you feel? How confident did you feel you were going to get that contract?
Not confident at all. Especially kind of taking damage early on. Then just to be followed up by teep kick to the face and by another teep kick to the face, I was like, oh, damn. I was like, this is going to be hard. It's like, I'm following up with some teep kicks to the face. I'm like, I didn't do that. So I was a little worried there. But no, once we got him to the ground and stuff, like, I knew I was going to win, but it's just that feeling of, did I feel secure enough that I was going to get the contract? No. And then once I got the contract, it wasn't the feeling that a lot of people thought I was going to have. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're overwhelmed or excited. So I'm like, no, it felt like finally. Like, I finally, after all this time, finally got it. Like, I've been working my ass off, and it's finally here. It's not, like, sadly, I haven't really got a chance to enjoy it. Because it's like, I should have been here a while ago. I made mistakes preventing this, but I should have been here a while ago.
Well, you're going to have your first official UFC fight right around the corner now. I know, Jared, you have a lot of people that support you. Was there one person that really their excitement and joy for you was just like you didn't expect, or just is there someone in particular that really just was you just thrilled to see you get this win and contract?
Yeah, I think everyone's like, like most people would immediately say like their wife or their girlfriend or anything. Nope, mine was anxious, and then like I get home that night, her nerves are a bit more calm, and then she was just kind of like, recovering like what just happened, like she's taking all that in, and then I get a phone call literally Thursday that I had another fight lined up. So I told her that, and she was just like, nope, nope. And so you like the one person you kind of expect to be really thrilled for you. She wasn't, because she sees me fight and she's not. Oh my god! And then on the flip side, like my mom was excited. Parents usually are. But yeah, like if there was any one particular person, no. The one person that kind of made the biggest scene about it was my jiu-jitsu coach Joe. I went in the gym yesterday morning. He had the whole class just like say congratulations as I was walking in. So I grabbed my daughter and we walked right out. I was like, no, I don't know. It was one of those things where I like is when you work for something, you work hard for something, and then when you get it, I don't want that giant praise, because it, like I said, it was like finally it came. So those big praises to me, just I felt in a way weren't unwarranted. Not that like I'm not saying I didn't appreciate them. I really do appreciate anyone that's cheered me on, but it's just for me mentally, I just felt like I was there a long time ago, and so for me it's a sense of I'm finally here. I finally got what I've been practicing, and yeah, now, like, let's say if I go in and fight for the world champion and then I get those congratulations, like, no
Right.
matter what way you spin it, that's a hard night out for you and your opponent. And, those ones I'd be a little bit more
For sure.
stoked and inviting for.
Yeah, no, I got you. You got more work to do, right? That's the way you're looking at it. You got your foot in the door now. Now you have a lot more work to do to accomplish your ultimate goals. Did you even have like an evening to celebrate it all, or is it just right back to the grindstone, right back to training?
No, I took the week off, like Thursday through Saturday, Sunday. I kind of took that off because, if I, one, kind of had to by doctors paper orders, like no contact or anything for 7 days. um it doesn't, like I've been still doing like my shadow boxing and all of that, like non-contact and just drills to get me like started, but for the most part, not really. We had a few nights where like I took the girlie out one night. Another night I just did a little family night. Had my daughter and the girlie, and we went out. Had my mom come help out with the house, and spend did something with her, and But came Monday, we're just like, all right, kind of back to the square one again.
That's right. Now, I understand that you want to really focus on cleaning up your diet and losing a little bit of weight. You said that post fight. Like, where do you feel like you're going to start with that? Are you going to hire like a nutritionist, or what are your goals as far as that goes?
For the most part, it's forcing myself to eat right on time. So like how to say this? I'm not ignorant when it comes to what I should do. It's convenience. One of the easiest things to say is like, oh, I could do this, I could do it. Yeah, I can easily diet, but the problem is convenience. Finding the time to do so, between finding the right, cooking and all that stuff. I mean, me and Lauren, my girlfriend, we have three businesses, technically four, between both of us. I have my fight career, I have my vending machine career business, and and me and Lauren both own a gym, and she is also a barber at the same time. Um, so I mean, we're constantly busy. So finding times is quite hard. My manager recently really hooked me up with. He's like, hey, here's a diet or here's a meal prep service. Let's get your weight down. And I was like, all right, sweet. And that should be coming shortly. So once I get that, it's one less thing I have to worry about, and hopefully I can start dropping weight at a faster rate. Get to where I should have been a while ago. My goal is maybe like 245 ish.
What are you right now?
270
Okay.
ish.
Do you feel like that decreasing your weight like that is going to help you out tremendously with your speed and whatnot in the heavyweight division?
A little yes and a little no. Being a little lighter never really hurts. Honestly, marketability. I'm not big and round like Roy Nelson was. Like, in how he played it off, he did it right. But I'm not as lean as Francis or Overeem. But I don't want to be that guy that's in between, like a heavyweight. I was like, I might as well start dieting, get more cut, lean out, make myself a bit more marketable for the UFC. Let's be real here. If you want to get those top slots eventually, make yourself notable. And one of them being a heavyweight with a decent physique. It's something I can easily work on. All I have to do is really just watch what I eat.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to training, working out, that's the easy part for me. That one I nail on the head. Now, me eating, I like food. I was like, I mean, I live in Southern California and I love Mexican food. My girl's half Mexican and she has all of her family traditional food. And yeah, that's hard to say no to.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You and me both, we like our food. Hey, have you ever been to Cinco de Mayo? It's on Venice and I think Sepulveda, in between like Culver City and Venice Beach. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh man, I used to live there. I used to live in Southern California for like 5 years, and their Mexican, what they have there, I mean, the best burrito I've ever had. You guys got to go try it.
I'm definitely down. I need to make a trip to LA because I've been following this guy on TikTok and he's going around all these like top Mexican food joints, and I've developed a list of places I need to visit. I'm down to add one more.
There you go. How's your TikTok game coming? I know that's something that's been a little bit of a hobby for you.
It's horrible. I am not good at it at all. But it's something to kill time. It's one of those places where I can also vent a little bit in weird ways and make it a little bit more enjoyable. I'll be doing one shortly about an incident that happened last weekend. It's going okay. It definitely helped after the Contender Series, how that was brought up, because Sam had his going. I was winning until he whipped out the UFC card. I'm just like, oh, of course you did. It's easier for you. Hopefully, and then it doesn't help having a wife that happened to be America's top model contestant and winner. So he's got that. I'm just like, It was like, so the cards are stacked against me, but eventually, I think I could beat Sam.
Well, there you go. I think you're a great follow. I'm going to continue to follow you and support you on your TikTok game. Now, will Sam be one of the main guys for you in this camp preparing for Sergey? Will you be getting some work in with him?
I think so. I know after his last fight, he came back a little battered and bruised. But I don't quite know for sure. Plus, I know he's right now in Tennessee helping Tom Galicchio open up his gym. So I think he's just taking some time to recover. I do know he will be back to help me out, but I have my boy Jamal Pogues. Dude's a monster. A little bit smaller than me, definitely quicker. His hands are just stupid. He's also a black belt under Joe Daddy Stevenson, so I'm not messing with, some little guy that has no skill set. Like, he's a legit monster, and I'm a fan of him. We fought together, and now we train together. So I know I have him, and I'm taking him with me. I'm bringing him as my corner. One, to have a body to warm up. Two, just, I find him very intelligent. And between him and Zach, I have, a great team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this fight is right around the corner. Again, December the 12th, it'll be here before you know it. As far as the specific training camps go here moving forward, are you going to be one of those guys that tries to organize your camp specifically based on your opponent? Are you just going to keep doing your thing that you've always done and just show up with your skill set come fight night?
It's one of those things where I have to make sure I sharpen certain tools, make sure they're ready to fire when I need to be, and then have the tools that I like to keep sharp and also sharp. Because I notice a lot of people, when they get into, like, when they fight someone that's a really good grappler, that they only focus on their grappling and they kind of forget to rely on the tools that got them there, such as like cardio or their striking, that they're so worried about the grappling that when they have the opportunity to shine, the other person is shining because they compensated, because they're like, oh, this guy's going to be a grappler, or this guy's is a good striker, so let me work my striking also. But they worked on both their tools, their striking and their grappling, whereas usually one person just works on defensive, and I feel like kind of overlooks what they should have been really sharpening.
That makes sense. Now your opponent, he's 11-2. He's 2-2 in the UFC. He lost to Walt Harris and Marcin Tybura. He's got big wins over Tai Tuivasa and Carlos Felipe. When you look at him as an opponent, like, how do you feel you stack up?
I think there's a few holes there's a few things I think I bring that he's not seeing. One, I think I'm going to be the first guy that has a longer reach advantage. And I'm maybe the first guy there that has a little bit more well-roundedness. Like when he fought, Walt Harris, I think it was on a week notice. Walt Harris is very explosive, very quick. He's a lefty. For some people, that is a do or die situation. So I don't know if that's a fair one to really call him out on. When he fought Tai Tuivasa, there was definitely holes I saw when he fought Tai, but I think honestly Sergey was the better fighter and is a better fighter than Tai Tuivasa. I think Tai relies on his strength. Tybura, I think, just got the better of him. I believe he's a really good sambo jiu-jitsu practitioner. So he showed us that he locked down Sergey's ground game better than anyone else I've seen. And then you look at his fight against Carlos. Honestly, Carlos was quick and stuff for a couple moments, but I honestly believe that Sergey was pulling away start of the second round. And Felipe had nothing real, no real answers to anything he did. And I'm just like, you only throw some power shots and, called it a day. So I've watched a lot of his other stuff in the regional scene because I was supposed to fight him there, and that's why I called him out. It was like I wanted to fight him because stylistically, I think I give him a challenge that he's not ready for.
How do you see this fight finishing?
I have a feeling it's going to finish really early, but I have a feeling that he's really, really tough, durable. So I could easily see this go all 3 rounds of just a fight. And one thing I noticed from him and a lot of me is he starts to actually pick up a little bit more in the second and third round. So the first round might be a little like a slow burn, but I definitely think if it happens to make it to the second and third round, that's where the fireworks, and I think it's going to turn around and be a phenomenal fight.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait, Jared. Again, congratulations, my friend, on the UFC contract. You deserve to be here, and it's been a long time coming. So again, Jared will fight Sergey Spivak December the 12th at UFC 256. Always a pleasure catching up with you, buddy. Before I let you go, if there's anyone you want to thank or any social media you want to plug, the floor is yours.
Friends, family, everyone that's trained with me, helping me get ready for this fight, and thank you guys all. You can follow me on all your social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course TikTok. Follow him too. He has one. Doesn't post that much, but it's still there.
Yeah, I know. I need to up my TikTok game. I'm dropping the ball there.
That's all right. Like I said, it's not my strongest game, but it's fun. It's just fun. That's the best way to put it. It's fun, and you're allowed to do a little bit more dumb things on it than like Instagram, where I don't know. It's a lot of your sponsors are still there, so I try to have a little halo. It's held up by my horns, but let's not talk about that. I try to be really good on Instagram, but like TikTok, I can just vent and just do some dumb things or complain about my child.
I feel you, man. Well, listen, you're doing a good job, and your social media accounts are going to continue to grow for sure now that you're in the UFC. And again, man, I always appreciate the time. Let's do this again once you get this win.
Yeah, let's do it after the New Year's, though.
For sure. You need a little time off.
Yeah, because I was not mentally ready for all this stuff. I'm just like, wow. I was like, I want to hug Sam.
Well, awesome, man. Hey, congrats again, and and enjoy the rest of this year, and we'll be talking again soon.
All right, man. You have a great day.